I wanted to walk you through the assignments for week 1 for Business 320. First discussion that we have is just a time of sharing information about ourselves. I ask that you don't skip this because I really do want to get to know you guys. I know that in 5 weeks that is it's a difficult task, but please take the time to submit your bio here. You can see some information about me, and I would like to read some information about you as well. Please include your expectations from this course. What do you want to see from me? What specifically would you like to learn? Those things are helpful for me. The second discussion for this week is, are leaders born or made? And this is a fun discussion. You can share your own thoughts on whether or not leaders are born or made, and then you also get to share your own perspective. Do you believe that you are a born leader? I look forward to reading your thoughts and your experiences here. You will also be describing a specific instance of leadership you or someone else displayed when performing 3 different roles: figurehead, leader, or liaison. These are all interpersonal roles that are discussed in Chapter 1 of your textbook, so make sure you do your textbook reading and make sure that you demonstrate you have done your textbook reading by including information from your text in your response. I'm looking for at least 200 to 300 words. This is really what the minimum of what I think you'll have to have in order to thoroughly and completely answer all of the discussion questions. Make sure you're using APA standards. That means you should have in-text citations like this throughout, as well as full references for each in-text citation at the bottom of your post. So this is an in-text citation for your textbook. And then you would have the full reference at the bottom. There's also some suggestions here for how to do well in discussion. You need to make sure you're taking the time to read your peers' posts and respond oh man, that's a tricky word. Substantively. Did I close? Close? You know what I mean. You can do this by including other research, including information from the textbook, other websites, a video, personal experiences. If you're not sure what a really good comment looks like, you can check out some of my examples. I try to set a good example for what I'm looking for. Make sure that you take the time to proofread your posts and use proper grammar. You can see how it is broken down here: 16 points for your initial post, 12 points for the quality of responses to your classmates, 4 for the frequency of your posts. The very bare minimum is to read and respond to 2 of your classmates. I encourage you to get involved in a good back and forth discussion and post even more than that. 4 points for referencing supporting readings or other materials. I would expect to see it at the very minimum your textbook cited here. I would love to see more than that. And then 4 points for language and grammar. Your big assignment for this week, your Dropbox paper, is on Apple Computer Company, and specifically Steve Jobs and his role as a leader. You can see a series of questions here that you will include. First, you will read this case study that is included here. And then you're going to use that case study and information on leadership from your text to answer all of these questions. There are a lot of points to include in this paper. I highly recommend that you use headers for each section. This helps me with my grading. It helps you make sure you've answered each question. So I would really just start out with these points, even copy and paste them into a Word document, and then make sure you answer under each heading those points. If you have questions about how to approach any of those points, don't ignore it. Please ask me. Let me know. I'm here to help. I would expect your paper to be 3 to 5 pages. That's a lot to include, so if I see 1 page of text, I think that you've probably left some things out. Use at least 2 scholarly sources. Make sure that you cite the case study that's included. They even provide the citation right here. And use other resources to support. You can see each of those sections listed above are worth 12 points. And then just some points with your grammar and how you've included research. 20 points, 1/5, is a pretty good chunk of your grade. So make sure you proofread your paper, make sure you're using good resources to support your points. If you're unsure of what a scholarly source is, please let me know. An example of a source that's not scholarly is Wikipedia or just any other .com website that you come across. Websites should end in .edu, .gov, .org. These are more respectable sources than just any, like a website like Wikipedia, which could be edited and changed by anyone. That's a lot for week 1. I realize that. Please let me know if you have any questions, concerns. If you're not going to get any of your assignments in by the due date, let me know ahead of time. I'm happy to be flexible and work with you, but I do need to see lines of communication open and you letting me know prior to the due date if you're not going to have your work done on time.